the scene right now, you are all in basically what is more or less the green room of this courthouse. It's a very hot day. It's pretty early morning. It's about 10 o'clock. Well, not... Yeah, it's mid-morning. It's 10 o'clock. And outside, you can hear the sound of a very large number of people all talking together. Like you're in a public forum.
See, it's funny because there's a forum and then there's the Roman forum, and they're slightly different things.
Yes. First up, how is everyone handling the fact that Jill is now a princess and Max is not going to be executed?
I'll let Ari go first because I'm chewing.
Artie's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 3 down. Okay, when are you gonna be a princess, Win?
Never.
Are you sure?
I'm staunchly against the monarchy.
Fair.
Yeah.
I do support all of you, though, so long as you don't become somebody who I have to overthrow, at which point I no longer support you.
It's fine. I don't support me either. Okay.
I ran. I definitely don't support me.
No,
I mean,
you're good.
Could you run so far away?
Wynn claps her hand on Max's shoulder and says, "Good job not dying."
Max says, "Thanks. I am honestly still not sure it's really happening."
Okay, well, if it is, I guess that's one major hurdle down. So, what's next? Murder crimes? Murder crimes.
Are we committing the murder crimes or investigating?
No, we're solving the murder.
We're solving the murder crime. Okay, I just wanted to know which side we were on this time.
Yeah. No, that's a good distinction to make, definitely.
I'll actually make a quick retcon about Max, because last time we were on, I said he was wearing a naval uniform with brush pauldrons. I'm going to retcon that, because that was not what I wanted him to be wearing. He was, and still is, he's wearing more of, it's like a white tunic, which goes down to his knees. It opens over his chest, and it's laced at the front with this red cord, but it's open just a little too wide. He's also got both a kilt and flowing trousers, which are in turn worn over these like leather boots. It's belted with this gold sash that's pretty plain in design, but it's longer and thicker than most of the kinds of belts you've seen here. And through it is tucked this, it's like a ceremonial dagger sheath, sans dagger. Over all this, he's wearing a kind of elegant embroidered blue vest. It's got these arm-length patches reaching down from his shoulders, behind his elbows, and down to his wrists. And he's got a number of gold chains around his neck and right wrist, but around his left wrist is, of course, his wedding band. Just wanted to clear that up, because I made a mistake last time with my notes. Now, in answer to your question, Jill, he says... Actually, no. Who asked the question? Was it Jill or was it Wynn? I missed exactly.
I was like, what's next? Murder crimes?
What's next, he says, is... Well, first, we've got to have the celebration.
I mean, is this going to take very long? Because I really want to get back to the hospital. I told Virus once I was a citizen I could actually, do some healing. They would actually let me do that, and, well, got the citizenship, I guess, so I'd kind of like to get to it.
Well, Max says, so typically the party will be held the second night after the big thing. That's usually how long it takes to repair these things. So there will be...
What? Oh, prepare.
Prepare. Yeah. There will be a full day of getting you ready, starting now, pretty much ending same time tomorrow.
I'm already... They already, gussied me up
You're
this morning.
You're not fancy enough, Jill.
Yeah, you're not fancy enough.
This is fancy.
Juliana, this is not fancy. You are wearing barely presentable.
Excuse you?
Hey, I don't choose this. I'm just saying this is what stock standard nobility wears. This is not what royalty wears, and he gestures to himself. What I'm wearing is not what royalty wears. I'm wearing foreign sailor garb.
Basically what we're looking at, Jill, is currently you are in cocktail. We need to get you into white tie.
Oh, no, white tie?
Yes.
Oh.
How long does your parties last?
Can go up to a week, but for something as low-key as this, probably closer to 2 days.
What? 2 days?
It should be at least a week for something this low-key.
No, it'll be a week when I'm actually, like, fully coronated.
Oh, you guys don't know how to party.
But I have all these spell slots, and I can actually go do something useful.
Unless you have a Dimension Door spell, I doubt you're getting all the way across town any time of the next 4 days.
The next 4 days? Are you shitting me?
No?
Ugh,
That should just be the preamble.
This is so stupid. But there's people that are sick in a hospital, and I can actually go do something and do something useful with my hands as opposed to whatever the hell this is.
Yeah, but there are always people in the hospital.
I know, and I could get in an 8-hour period. I could get. She does some quick math on her hands, like 80 to 90 people not in the hospital.
I'm sorry, but this is how it's done here.
And you're just gonna do it. You're just gonna do it because that's how it's done here.
Well, I can't change the rules. And he pauses and looks at her quite pointedly. Yet.
She just sort of narrows her eyes and scowls.
What? I've got to get things into a position before we can make any real changes. And aren't I going to abdicate immediately anyway, so I can't make the changes as is? We just need to pretend?
I don't know how that part of the plan is going. Abdicating? Is that a... I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I was just trying to focus on the immediate goal in front of me, which was you not being executed.
At that moment, there is a rustling sound behind you all, and a side door opens, and in walks one of the Volkerus Special Forces guards. You don't recognize this one. He's wearing a hood, and he steps to the side, and then in walks a very well-dressed woman. She's quite thin, has blonde hair, is very tall, nearly as tall as Max. And then she steps to the side, and in through the center of them walks the woman that you, Jill, saw in the VIP box in the courtroom.
Oh shit. She looks sidelong at Max.
This, as you've already worked out, is Claudia Volkaren. Now she's about 6'4", thin like her son, but not as muscular. She has long, dark blonde hair in a braid down her back. She's wearing a long, flowing white dress, which is clasped at several points down the arms, starting at the shoulders and down to the wrists. And each of the gold hooks and eyes is decoratively shaped like leaves. Over this, she's wearing a sort of cloak wrap. It's a beautiful, deep blue piece of fabric wrapped around her upper body and over one shoulder. It's embroidered with gold and inlaid with blue and red gems. She removes the cloak and hands it to the woman, who is presumably her lady-in-waiting. And you can see that the dress is cinched at the waist with a gold sash, also beautifully embroidered, and studded with red gems that are sewn into it. She's got gold piercings in her lower lip, through both nostrils, and also the bridge of her nose, and several in each earlobe. And in contrast to the rest of her finery, she has a simple gold circlet resting on her brow. And Max stands up straight and says, "Mother?" The woman nods her head at Max and then glances at the rest of you.
Wynn bows?
Jill bows.
She doesn't really know what to do with royalty here, so she bows.
Very good. As you bow, you look around kind of past you and you see that everyone else in the room is bowing and most of them are backing away.
All right.
Artie starts to nod and then he remembers, oh shit, I'm supposed to, okay, bow.
Does he say that aloud?
No, it's like mumbled in his head.
And as others are backing away, Wynn will also back away to leave Max and Jill up front.
Wynn, how dare you?
Max does not bow, but he nods at his mother and says, "Wife, dearest, please allow me to introduce the Dowager Empress, Claudia Volkaren."
Your Majesty, it's a pleasure to meet you. Your Imperial Majesty? Oh no.
The woman says, "Stand up, girl. Your servants will address me as your majesty, but you may address me as mother.
Juliana has one of those frozen smiles on her face that is tight-lipped and slightly horrified. Of course. Mother?
She looks down at you, and she seems to be...
everybody's got to look down at me. Here.
Oh, of course.
This fucking planet full of
Everyone
tall people.
has to.
Good lord. 5'7".
She looks at you, and she glances at Max and gestures with, like a flicking gesture with her hand and says, "Give up some space, boy." Max silently turns on his heel and walks back to where Win is.
Juliana raises her eyebrows instantly.
So you can basically all hear the conversation. She's not making any attempt to hide it. I just want that noted. She says, "Tell me, daughter, what do you see in the boy?"
The boy?
A look comes over her face, which is very, very subtle. But I think the best way you could interpret it is a long-suffering sigh kept within. "My son, Maximilian."
Right. You want to know right now, in this setting, what I see in your son?
It looks like her lady-in-waiting is actually about to speak up, but then the Empress says, "Yes. Are you going to answer me or not?"
Okay. She's clearly, thinking while not taking her eyes off the Empress. How to answer this particular question from this particular person. Give me a second here.
Wynn casually mouths something. She's going to do a message to Max.
Yeah.
And her message to Max is, "You need to come see my mom sometime."
Max doesn't reply, but that's very good.
I guess her reply is going to be well, I don't want to bore your motherness. I don't want to bore you with listing his many virtues, but suffice it to say, he's a good man.
You put a lot of thought into that answer. Interesting. Where did you study to be a priestess but not a nun?
I can't imagine the specifics would interest you, but I trained at a convent and then later continued my studies at a temple on my homeworld in Stormhaven.
Ah, that would be in Isheim. Yes. Did you actually say Isheim yourself?
Yeah, I think
In
she...
the court? Yeah.
I think she said Isheim and Stormspace.
Interesting. Well, it is my duty, Juliana, as your mother-in-law, to welcome you into the family and present you with your sash. This is usually done in a ceremony. However, I have been informed you would typically rather avoid the public eye. Am I correct?
Her eyes dart over to Max.
Max gives a barely perceptible shrug. I don't know.
Wynn gives a thumbs up.
Mostly, I'm not really used to that sort of thing and wouldn't want to embarrass the royal family.
Claudia's lip curves ever so slightly into the faintest smile, and she holds out one hand, and the lady-in-waiting has already stepped forward and has handed her, she's produced from somewhere, a gold sash, and has it draped over her hands. And she hands it to Claudia, who doesn't look at her, but she does say, "Thank you, Priska." And she takes a sash, and with both hands, holds it out to you, Jill.
She will reach up and take it. Thank you.
The fabric is one of the finest, softest, smoothest things you've ever touched.
Oh, it's the good silk.
It's the good silk.
I think her fingers unconsciously, rub against the fabric, like her thumb along the grain.
Yeah. Could you make an insight check real quick? Yeah, you know what I mean. Insight check, please, real quick.
Certainly. Let me just pull up my character sheet here. Normal roll. 25.
All right, with a 25, you can tell...
My passive insight is 19.
It's insane. you can tell that this is a woman who is very set in her ways, trying to do you a favor by keeping this out of the public eye. This is an effort for her.
Great, that makes two of us. Yeah, she'll withdraw with the sash, and then I start to bow, then incline her head instead. Thank you, Mother.
You barely notice it, but Max has actually already stepped forward, and he comes to basically face you, and he says, just under his breath, "Let me do this. It's customary for the husband to help you with the sash."
Oh, right here in front of people? I mean, isn't this... I mean, the sash is kind of holding this thing together.
He's already started removing the silver one.
Oh, okay.
Your clothes do
okay.
not come undone.
Okay.
Whatever the servants did while they were dressing you this morning, clearly they anticipated the possibility of this.
There's pins somewhere.
In about a minute, the sash is slowly undone and the gold one replaced on you, and you now have a glistening gold sash around your waist.
Okay.
Says, "Very good, princess."
Mm.
How is Jill handling this? Like, how does she feel about all this? How's she doing?
This is one of the most weird and intense conversations she's ever had with someone's parent.
As he steps back, Max whispers, "Just be glad we aren't doing this in an auditorium."
What is there something I should say here?
He says, "Just thank her."
I already did. Do I do it again?
He's already stepped back.
Thank you again, your mother.
Claudia inclines her head and she says, "Now, I am told you have a dog. I rather like dogs. Where is it?"
Jill's mouth opens and closes, and I think she kind of does that thoughtful click of her tongue, like,
She's always liked dogs.
well, if you would like to see the dog, I will need to take a few steps back here.
Claudia raises an eyebrow but says nothing.
Okay. Jill will take a few steps back, maybe make about, let's say 10 feet, maybe 15.
Wait, are you gonna bring out Little Temp or are you gonna bring out Big Temp?
I don't know. I don't know if I can summon him as Little Temp. I've only ever summoned him as Big Temp, who then became Little.
I think I like the idea of Artie, like, getting all the onlookers to back away a little more. Like, shoo shoo. You don't want to be close.
You're in the splash zone. Juliana will pluck the bead from her prayer beads on her wrist, kind of hold it up to her face, and kind of whisper to it like, I don't know if you can do this, but please come out little. Please do the little version. I don't want to scare her that much.
Mm-hmm.
And she will throw the bead down on the floor in front of her feet.
Okay. So usually when you summon Temp in this way, there is an explosion of blood that catches fire, and then Temp rises out of whatever surface it's on.
That sounds right.
This time, there is a piddling little splash of blood, like a little pop, like you've just lit a candle in some kind of gas. There are gasps, and in the background, you can see one of the people who is also in the room with you faint.
For a little guy?
Oh, that's dramatic.
For a little hellbeast, yes.
Okay, warlocks exist. I don't know why everybody keeps acting like this is weird.
You even see the SF guard at the back put a hand on his sword, but he doesn't draw it.
Wynn casually leans back to back with Artie.
Temp, behave. Be good. Okay?
No burning.
Does its tongue flop out of its mouth and pant for a bit, then it closes its mouth and it blips?
Yes.
Excellent.
Little bone tail wagging.
Very good.
She will crouch down, put her hand on Temp's head, and kind of like scratch the skull a little. You're like, okay, do you want to meet a new friend? Are you going to be good?
Claudia's expression hasn't changed, but she actually crouches down next to Temp and holds out one hand.
Okay. You wanna give her a sniff?
I'll let you say what Temp does in this. You know dogs better than I do.
If she is crouched in front of him and Temp will lean forward, there's probably a weird echoing, like, sniffing sound that's a bit like rocks scraping together somewhere in a cavern.
Very good, very good.
Then I think he might lick the hand.
Okay.
And then give a graspy woof.
Claudia runs a hand over his skull. She doesn't seem to flinch at all. And she says, "You, dog, could be so much bigger." And she looks up at you, Jill, and says, "Why do you hide him so?"
Well, practically speaking, it's hard to get a 10-foot hellhound through a doorway.
Is that the only reason?
You'll forgive me, but I don't really know you well enough to answer that.
Claudia looks at you like she's chewing something over, and then she stands up. The change from a crouching woman low enough to pat a dog to her full height is daunting.
Yeah, while Jill is still crouched down, especially.
Yeah. She says, The illusion is unnecessary. I hope you will let the world see its full form, new daughter."
She will scoop up the dog and stand herself.
"Has it slain many of your foes?"
Yeah, actually, he has been pretty instrumental, considering who we've been facing lately.
She nods approvingly and says, "Good. May it continue to do so."
Thank you.
"I must take my leave. Kiss me, daughter, and I will be on my way." And she actually leans down to you and presents a cheek. This seems to be quite normal for her.
Jilliana looks like unsure, not digging any of this, looks back at Max again, and then makes a quick face like, "For real?"
He very quickly nods and makes a gesture like, "Well, go on."
She will lean in and give her new mother-in-law a quick peck on the cheek, I guess. The dog also tries to give kisses.
You notice that Claudia has positioned her hands to basically catch Temp's head and get licks instead of her face. This is apparently something she knows to be aware of. You smell perfume. It's like roses and jasmine and a whiff of something else, like a hint of spice to level out the sweetness. And Claudia stands up and says, "It is good to meet you properly, daughter. Max?" And nods at him, and he nods back. Do you say anything else before she leaves the room? Because she's about to turn and leave.
"Good to meet you, too."
Oh, she turns and strides out the door she came. The guard and the lady-in-waiting follow her. And the door closes. And all around you, the collective room lets out its breath. Everyone who was in there, there's about, I'd say, 7 or 8 people there who were there for other things. All of them just breathe a sigh of relief. Max walks up to you and says, "Oh, that went well."
"You survived it," says Wynn, also walking back up.
Did that go well? Did it? Did I survive that? I feel like my legs are about to give out.
"You survived."
That was horrible. That was one of the weirdest and most terrifying interactions I think I've ever had in my entire life. And I've talked to a god of blood.
I don't know. I feel like that was pretty mild.
Yeah, she liked you.
She liked me?
I mean, I feel like that was better than any conversation we ever had on Beyond Carta.
Oh, I mean, well, that's the bottom of the barrel. Every conversation on Beyond Carta was the worst conversation I've ever had.
That's true, see?
Oh, no.
What? She liked me? That went well?
Max says, "Oh, yeah, she would have treated you like she did me if she didn't like you."
I think she was about ready to, like, have my head chopped off or something.
Oh, no. No, you did splendidly.
She raises her eyebrows skeptically.
What?
Also, the boy?
Ha! You're a boy.
Hey, what the fuck was that? And she does lower her voice to say that part.
Artie did not.
Max rolls his eyes and says, "She didn't approve of me leaving. Thought it was childish. Never lets me forget it."
Oh, and she says that while sort of turning to look back at the way that the queen had just come from, the empress. Oh, she's one of those.
He looks a little unsure and says, "What do you mean, one of those?"
One of those really passive-aggressive mothers who never let shit go.
Oh, she's not that bad, honestly.
She looks skeptically at him again.
Believe me, once you've met some of the nobility from around here, you'll see what I mean.
Yeah, okay. I'm still not going to. I'm still putting a pin in the fact that she did not come visit her eldest son in the hospital while he was about to lose a limb. Also, and she lowers her voice even further to like, hey, come here.
He leans right in.
Does she think you killed your dad? Does she think that her firstborn killed her husband? Is that where are we on that one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You don't
Maybe that's
know?
why she's been so distant.
How do you not know?
Because she hasn't spoken with me.
What? Since when?
Since the murder?
Since you were imprisoned?
Yeah?
And she's not that bad?
Well, she must think I killed him, which would be why she's so upset.
Okay. I'm not particularly fond of your mother right now.
Okay. I don't need you to be. It's okay.
Okay. I wasn't asking your permission.
And he says, "Well, I wasn't offering it."
Look, have you formally met my dog?
No, not yet. "Hello," he says to the dog.
She'll just lump it. She'll just toss him into Max's arms. Here, get acquainted.
Oh, good. I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
I have a
You're
You're saying
question.
that
We
like you
said
didn't
it.
say it 5 minutes ago. Yes, Artie? I mean, Rio?
Since the dog can choose whether or not it burns stuff up, does Max get singed at all?
I'm gonna say when he eventually puts the dog down, he will notice that the cuffs of his sleeves are a little singed. Yeah.
Nice.
The dog also does roll over and demand belly scritches, though, which is basically just kind of like doing a little xylophone with your hands on his ribbles.
When you say ribbles, all I can think of is tribbles. So like tribble ribs?
No, that's just what Bourne has. She got little ribbles.
Oh, she's a good girl.
Yeah,
Gotta get some sticks, do a marimba.
she's a very good dog. Okay, so we're still standing around here in the middle of a room. What's next?
Max says, "I suppose we'll be leaving shortly to go get dressed up?"
Great, so we are allowed to leave.
Well, yes. They're probably waiting for us to finish up in here.
Wait, they're going to ambush us as soon as we exit?
Pretty much, yes.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, goddess.
Do you want me to stay by you, or do you want them to change you alone?
I don't know what this is going to look like.
As your lady in waiting, I get to hang out nearby you at all times.
That
Yeah.
is true.
As your bodyguard, I can do the same, but up to you.
I would like some moral support.
We'll be there for moral support.
Alrighty.
Well, they'll probably want to take you to the spa first, so that'll be nice.
There's a spa,
There's always a spa.
We all get to do the spa, obviously.
obviously.
Wait, I'm working. Do I get to do the spa?
You get to do the
Yes.
spa, Artie, yes.
Oh, good.
Her Highness demands it.
I mean, you're gonna have to go to the party too, right?
Max says, "I'm sure if Her Highness, looking at Jill, insists, then you'll get to go."
Ew.
Her Highness insists that we get to go to the spa.
Ew. Yes, Her Highness insists.
Hey,
Her
use it while you got
Highness.
it.
Ew.
Does Her Highness insist we get some sweet treats?
Yes.
Ooh, does Her Highness insist that we also pick up some wine on the way?
Wait, can I use this power for evil?
Max says, millions of people before you have, and millions after you will.
Okay, maybe there's a silver lining.
I'm frankly going to be using and milking this excuse for as long as we're here by claiming that Her Highness sent me to do X.
Go on, get out there. I'm sure, wow, my brain has completely dropped the name of the bodyguard who's been hanging around Max. Just completely lost it.
Sybil?
Sybil. I was like, Sylvia? No, Sybil. I'm sure Sybil will be there waiting for us.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And literally, like 5 seconds later, as you go to the side door that you came in through and open it, Sybil's literally right there waiting for you. She sees you, and she curtsies a little and says, Your Highness, but she winks as she says it.
All right, you're allowed to do that for now.
Sybil says, We're in public. I've got to do what I got to do.
Yeah.
Come on.
Juliana will look at Max over her shoulder and point at Sybil. Hey, we're friends now.
Max says, Good. I want you to be friends.
Well, god damn it, I was trying to do that to Revan that I was actually able to make friends with his guard, and he probably hasn't. Damn it.
Sybil says, Well, if you want us to be friends, then now we're not. I hate you so much, Your Highness.
Oh, Sybil, you're breaking my heart.
It's too bad. You can never be friends with a mere servant like me.
Oh, okay, maybe I may now actually hate you. Gugh.
I imagine that kind of banter continues as you make it out to the carriage.
Yeah.
As you leave the courthouse, you actually start hearing a lot of like ambient sound, like whispers from the people around, and you do in fact see, like, just past, how to put this, the areas are semi-public, so there are people milling around, but they've cleared well back from where you're from. Can I get each of you to, let's say, roll perception to see how much of what they're saying you can pick up on?
I got a 23.
Wow, 9?
That would be a 10.
Damn, Win, what are your elf ears here?
Okay. So, Jilliana...
Again, passive perception is 15, but Jesus Christ.
Jilliana, all you hear as you walk out is one whisper that goes, Look at those scars. She must be a great warrior.
Oh, Win gun fingers that person and says true.
Oh no, she's my hype man too.
I am.
When obviously you hear this, I'm just starting from the lowest.
Yeah, I know.
Tyros, you hear separately, those eyes, they're so bright, they creep me out.
Whose eyes? Who are you talking about?
You don't know who said that, and when you yell, the whole crowd kind of pulls back from you as a mass.
Yeah, exactly. I would. Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't know who it was either. He was just kind of like yelling towards the sound.
And let's see, Win, you hear a few things with your 25.
With my elf ears.
You hear such things as, It should be illegal to marry aliens.
That person gets a gun fingers and a fuck you.
You don't see who said that. It's just ambient. You also hear, She should have renounced him the moment he killed the Emperor.
Law doesn't work like that. And yes, Win is just talking to the air.
And last of all, you hear, Do you think she's already pregnant?
Unknown.
Great that Jill didn't hear that one.
Fanning those flames is always good. Unknown.
In the carriage, it's blessedly cooler and more quiet. Sybil explains basically the following. The party is going to be held tomorrow night. Jill, you will not likely have any time to escape halfway across the town to the hospital, because that is an enormous journey, and 3 hours each way, and you've got shit to do. You will, however, be pampered however you want, and Sybil insists that as long as you give the order, your staff and she makes air quotes, will likely be pampered too. So I am turning this over to the three of your hands. It's about 10 in the morning, and you have till about 5 p.m. tomorrow. How are you going to relax?
Oh man, we get to have spa food.
Wynn insists first that they are going to the fucking spa. They're going to have spa food, fancily fed to them, and they're having wine, and they're getting fucking pampered.
There's gonna be like mani-pedis, obviously, with like hot
That's toward the end though, because at first it's like a hot stone oil massage.
Ooh.
And then you get like, have you ever heard of those seaweed like mud wraps?
Yeah, I was gonna say a full body mud
Yeah.
wrap.
Full body mud wrap, which is probably then followed by the hot stone massage. And then you just kind of soak in like hot sauna water for a while.
There's facials.
Oh yeah, there's definitely facials. Full body like moisturizing oils are rubbed in.
Like contouring, trimming.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what if they do those, they basically beat you with a branch to exfoliate your skin?
And they do it like outside in like a cold area and then
What?
thrust you into a sauna afterwards.
I don't know this one.
I know what Rio means.
This is new to me too.
There's definitely like a big scrub too.
Oh yeah, definitely a big exfoliation scrub.
Yeah. Oh,
It's Max. Max is the big scrub.
How does everybody
I
deal
want one
with
of
their
those.
feet being pummiced?
Oh, the feet are being pummiced to hell.
Oh man. So Juliana has so many calluses.
Not for long.
Oh no. Paraffin wax. Can we get paraffin wax?
Yes.
Yes, excellent.
And then there's the mani-pedis, of course.
Naturally.
Oh, and also we need hair treatments, obviously.
Oh yeah. Because we need to all get our hair did.
Yeah. So there's like hot oil hair treatments and then like scalp massages.
Yeah, scalp massages.
Like scalp exfoliation?
Yeah.
Some like cooling bits, like separate from the facials, just like a cooling massage around like underneath the eyes.
Yeah.
Hand massages.
Oh, hand massages, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody with the sturdiest nails just goes in and scritches everybody's scalp.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
And Jill also has that wand that lets us like completely do our hair. However,
Yeah. So actually,
I like-
wanted to talk about that. So what they actually offer to do is they say that the wand is capable of growing your hair out. So what is sometimes done by some people is they will remove all the hair from your head so they can massage your scalp properly and then grow out fresh new hair.
oh, that's so weird.
Oh, yeah.
But also,
That's weird. Absolutely not.
I feel like by the time they get to that, Juliana would be so fucking relaxed that she would just be like, yeah, do whatever.
I want an ear irrigation offer. Because they're wolf people, right? They definitely get like lots of wax and hair stuck in there, so they probably have that like all sorted out, and it feels heavenly. So I want that to happen.
I think Jill wouldn't quite be up for the full. Thinking about it, I don't think she'd be okay with the full baldness. But I think if it gets taken fairly short, like
It'd be like the longest they'd be able to do that and make it functional would be like an inch.
yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be like she's got very like curly, coily textured hair, so it's going to be in like sort of that small coils there.
Yeah. So, yeah, for a very short time, Jill, you are nearly bald. And then they say, and how long would you like your hair grown out to again, Your Highness?
I'd just like to stop for a second and just say that Juliana suddenly clears up a headache she didn't know she's had since basically she stopped cutting her hair.
Holy shit, yes.
It's been so heavy.
That said, one of the servants says, Your Highness, there is this concerning lump on the side of your head, and they very gently touch their fingers to it, and it hurts like a motherfucker.
Ah!
And this is your concussion that you've been carrying around for several days, Jill.
It's fine. It's fine. It's healing. It's fine.
The servant nods and avoids that area, but unfortunately your headache does not fully go away.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that there has been a second headache layered on top of that she has had for several years. I think I'm gonna change up Jill's hairstyle for this arc and maybe beyond that, but I think I'm gonna put Jill in twists, like grow out the sides of her head again and put it in twists that are about like shoulder length, doing a side part.
Ooh.
So her hair is going to be like very big and floofy now.
Yes, excellent.
Artie's like, don't you touch my hair with any of your magic. I said no before, and I will say no again.
The stylist who's giving your scalp a massage, Artie, actually says, "Sir, your hair is so beautiful. Would you like me to grow it out long for you?"
No, that's cheating.
But you've been keeping it short for months.
Just until they stop trying to kill me.
Eh,
The stylist looks very concerned.
don't worry about it.
They kind of nod to themselves and say, "I heard nothing, sir."
You can hear whatever you want. What are you going to do? Kill me with my hair? It's too late for that.
Hey, Win, what do you think you're gonna do with your hair? Let's pay attention to you instead.
I'm thinking, she considers for a moment, go with, like, butch mullet, please.
Ooh.
I'm feeling butch mullet.
Okay.
You want it like forward, sort of with kind of like bangs and then like back?
Like a modern shag?
Like a modern shag.
Dang. That's a different
That
look
is
for
a
you. I'm
definite
into it.
departure.
It is.
Yeah.
I feel like it's appropriate.
Damn, Win. That looks really good.
Thank you. She kind of fluffs her hair a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, that really I like how much that accentuates the bitten off end of your ear. Like it really shows it off.
I kind of dig that too.
Yeah.
Also, my ears feel so clean right now.
Yeah, you can hear even better than before
I can.
with your 23 perception check.
It's like that prosthetic was hindering your hearing.
We get wine.
Wine?
Oh, there is so much wine.
We get spa eggs and soup.
Ew. No
That's-
spa eggs for me. Gross.
No, I'm thinking spa eggs as like the soy sauce eggs that are in ramen.
No, I know.
I've never heard of
Okay.
a spa egg before.
I also didn't realize there were spa eggs.
Yeah,
They're
that's
so
that thing
good.
in Harvest Moon where you throw an egg into the spa.
Huh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just like it's a steamed egg with like soy sauce and junk.
Now, I'm sure there would be a private moment between the three of you in this time when there wouldn't be anyone around while you're just waiting for something.
I say it's while we're in the sauna.
Ooh, yeah.
So we're all just wearing towels, relaxing in the sauna.
Yeah, I like that. It's a very manly place to have talks.
To have feelings.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I don't think I've ever done a sauna before, and I have so many regrets.
Oh, this is almost as good as a volcano vent.
Oh, I bet.
Every Elf Father Day, we would always try and steam up the bathroom so Dad could have a sauna.
Uh-huh.
Never quite worked, but he always appreciated the effort. Or at least I think he did. He mostly just kind of nodded and then read the newspaper while the door was closed.
Did you say Elf Father Day?
Yeah.
There's Human Father Day. There's
El Mother Day?
Dragonborn Father Day.
So,
Is Half Father Day for stepfathers or just halflings?
Howl Father.
Elf Father Day only really comes like every 5 years because after a while you kind of forget every year as an elf, you know?
Yeah, no, your lifespan is wild.
Yeah. I'm older than all of you put together.
I know. It really weirds me out. That first time I visited your house, I had just been looking at records that were like really, really old down in the temple, and then I went to your house, and there were drawings that were even older just on your mom's icebox, with popped up with a magnet.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was weird. That was so weird for me.
Audie, I have a question for you.
Hmm?
What were you looking for with Max in the coach?
Oh yeah, that was really intense.
I I don't know.
Is it one of those things where your emotions are kind of high and you don't really know where to land?
All I wanted for a long time was an apology. And then he gave it and it didn't change anything. I thought I would feel better, but I don't.
That makes sense.
Well, I mean, part of it might be the fact that, like, there hasn't really been a chance for him to, like, show that he's any different, or that he actually, like, listened to that time you punched him.
Yeah. He said the words, but words don't really change anything.
And all that time on the ship, he just kind of avoided me.
Yeah, because you were pretending he didn't exist, bud.
Yes, but he didn't try hard enough.
Okay, that's not fair.
I don't know.
And, you know, after that, and he was also constantly under guard, too. And, you know, then we were in the hospital while he was, like, super high.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was easier when he was in his own right mind.
Oh, tell me about it.
It's like, I didn't have to deal with the bullshit and the thinking, is he actually lying or is he telling the truth? He was too high to lie.
I don't know. I feel like he was probably... I mean, I feel like that was probably more of a case where he just had no idea what he was saying at all. I don't know if any of that was the truth or not.
There at least wasn't a filter.
Yeah.
A filter of assholery.
Yeah, that's the thing I can never quite figure out about that guy. It's like, he's operating under like 6 filters at any given time. I don't know, man. It's like, I don't think you necessarily have to, like... You're not really under any obligation to forgive him, but accepting an apology is kind of different. At the very least, you know, you probably need to figure out what you actually want from him and tell him that, because he's not exactly smart enough to intuit that.
My vibe is that he kind of sees himself as the protagonist of the story and was shocked to realize that we weren't all just kind of waiting for him on the wings.
That wasn't just me? You too? You get that vibe too?
I got that vibe.
Oh my god, he is such a main character.
I like the guy, but he does need to be brought down to the, surface world for a little bit. Just being reminded that other people are doing things whenever he's not around. We don't all freeze like dolls.
You guys wouldn't know anything about being main characters.
No.
Who's the main characters here? It's us! No.
I don't know. And the thing is that, like, he might be able to express that. We just haven't really been able to hang out with him to see, you know?
Yeah, and then right now we're just constantly hanging out with him while he's surrounded by people he has to be on for.
Right? Like, I keep getting that in my head. Like, we have not seen him, like, unguarded since, literally and emotionally unguarded since, Artemisia?
Yeah.
It's been weeks.
He's never not on. Even when we were with all those pirates and the pirates were drunk, like 99% of the time, he was still on because he was trying to get into Rydian's... not pants.
And also inner circle, and also try not to get found out as who he was.
Yeah, he really wanted to be the next High Captain there.
Which I couldn't understand.
Jilliana goes, like, kind of quiet a little, and then I think she's like, I don't think he's on all the time. I feel like there were maybe 1 or 2 times that he wasn't.
Yeah.
I can't tell with him anymore.
I've caught him down a few times as well. I just know in public he's,
Yeah. Ugh, it's kind of infuriating.
Yeah, it would have hurt to just kind of talk this out with him, Artie, and... 1, because I think the conversation will help ground him again, and I think he needs a lot of that, just to keep reminding him. But 2, I think it will help you to express your feelings to kind of like the source of this ball of frustration.
Yeah, because, I mean, you can't just tell him that it's not enough, whatever he's doing. You have to actually give him parameters, right? You have to actually tell him, like, what you need.
I don't know what I need.
You gotta start figuring that out, like...
No.
You gotta start figuring out what you need in general, man. Like, you gonna keep running away forever?
It's an option.
What are you running to, though?
You know what? That's a great question. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we got a month of being marooned here before we can buy and or steal a ship. Would rather not be pirates, but if we don't get an option. So, maybe there's got to be times that I don't need a bodyguard, since I guess I'm going to be, she gestures, surrounded by armed forces.
Oh, you definitely don't want to not have one of us around.
I mean,
Yeah. Just in case someone tries to stab you.
And someone will try to stab you.
yeah, okay, great. I am still a very powerful priestess in my own right, so I'm not helpless here.
Yeah, but they're not going to let you walk around with chainmail.
Yeah, or they might instantly silence you or something, and then you can hit them a few times, but then you can't necessarily activate all your magic.
Yeah. I mean, that's also why I am technically married to a rogue. They'll probably let him have swords now.
Maybe not in public.
Yeah, look, what I mean is, you've got some time to, figure yourself out while we're here. It's a big city.
It is a big city. It's stupid.
It's a stupidly big city. I hate the way the city is laid out so much. It's so fucking big.
At least with my city, we had, porpoises, and you just hang on to the porpoise, and it zips you all over across the city.
Yeah, being able to move, laterally along, a Z-axis is probably really useful. I don't know, man. I just mean, you've got some time. You should try to figure out, find something you're passionate about. Find something that sparks in you.
That isn't just boning someone, because we know that sparks something in you.
Right, we already know you like boning people, but
Boning people's so fun.
yeah, that's great, but what else do you want to do when, what else do you want? You've got some time, there's a big city, find some people, figure it out. I mean, shit, we're near flood space if you want to, tie up some loose ends after this.
Wait, we're near flood space?
In the grand scheme of university.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Universe, not university. I'm not wearing one of my sweaters right now.
University of flood space.
Yeah, no, I was checking out some of the maps when I was hanging out with Lachlan during a shift once. From Fedoni space to flood space, it's only a couple of weeks. There's a direct route.
Oh. That's a lot of assassination.
And nobody knows you're here right now, and as long as you keep that medallion on, they can't scry you, so you're kind of okay right now.
Okay. I mean, we do still need those fish.
We do still need those fish.
You think I can mail them?
No.
Darn.
You do have to go give those to her yourself. I know. Alvora's a basic bitch, and I don't like her because she was mean to my boyfriend, but still. You gotta own up to your mistakes.
I guess we'll have to go back.
Uh-huh.
And I'll have to try to seduce Lachlan's sister? Cousin again.
Or you could just, be friends with her. Remember? She's, married or something.
I mean, that doesn't stop the option, but okay.
Okay. But look, again, while we're here, maybe just hang out, see what's around, figure out what you want. And then once you figure it out, tell my dirtbag husband, because, I'm gonna keep pushing you on this one. It's a temporary marriage, but I promised my goddess I would take it seriously while I've got it.
Artie has a twinkle in his eye. How serious are you talking about here?
We're not talking about me right now, we're talking about you.
Why do you have to reflect my reflection?
Hi.
Reflect my deflection?
Have we met?
¿Cómo se dice?
Come on, bud. You can figure it out, but also, try to be cool.
Fine. How am I not cool, though?
Well, right now we're in a sauna, so...
I don't think any of us are technically cool.
Oh, no. No, definitely not cool in any way, shape, or form. Except Wynn, I think.
I'm the one who just said I don't think any of us are cool.
No, I'm pretty sure Wynn's cool.
Oh.
I almost feel like looking into the well of memories and thinking and searching for the answer. Are we cool?
We are not.
I can tell you decisively, the answer is, depends on who you ask.
Cacophony's pretty cool, though.
Cacophony is cool.
Like, indisputably cool, because she doesn't have to have any flaws.
She has no flaws.
Exactly.
She's confident, and if somebody called her uncool, she would not care.
Oh, see, that's how you know she's cool.
Yeah.
Guys, can I admit something to you?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Princess Spa is actually pretty great.
Isn't it, though?
You know what's the best thing?
What?
We didn't spend any money here.
We spent no
this
money.
was all free. Oh no, this was taxpayer money. Oh no! I directly benefit from taxpayers. Oh no!
Don't worry. We'll pay all the money back to the taxpayers.
I feel terrible. I feel terrible.
Is there a tax code for spa day?
You just
I don't think so.
we just put it on expenses for work.
This is a work expense, isn't it?
It's a work expense.
Oh, damn it. Okay. Well, I'm good to go here with this scene.
I am too.
Everyone mark inspiration, please. I think the spa would be the last thing on your day's agenda, because this has taken a long time, so this is probably the end of the day now. Like, it's evening, if not night, by the time you finish up here.
It's been a whole day of pampering.
It's exhausting being pampered.
Damn. I've never been this relaxed in my entire life.
Nor this exfoliated.
Yeah. They scrub so much dirt off of me. Did you know that my nail beds aren't usually that color?
Jill, when did you get freckles?
I have always had freckles. Everywhere, my entire body.
I thought that was dirt.
No!
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Wow!
So, those of you who usually have trouble going to sleep, you know who you are. How well do you sleep tonight?
Not quite like a rock, but it definitely takes less time to drift off than usual for Jill. So, maybe about 45 minutes instead of an hour.
Right. Not quite a rock, maybe a log.
He snores like a log, I'll tell you that.
Artie is still gonna be, on guard. Because he knows how court machinations go.
Okay.
So he goes to Win. Do you want to take first shift or should I?
I can take the first 2 shifts. I don't need to sleep.
Alright. Well, I'll try and nap. He goes down, and he goes down hard.
That's what she said.
Artie, as long as Artie knows that somebody's keeping watch, he'll go to sleep pretty easily.
You also know that Sybil's in the vicinity, and she is a very light sleeper, from what you've gathered. And when you don't sleep, but what's your meditation like today? How difficult is it to stay in a meditative state? How do you do?
Very chill. It's like turning on what are they fucking called? The subliminals that are on YouTube. And she turns on, and it's almost like turning on meditate perfectly, achieve nirvana through meditation.
God.
Subliminal.
Okay. All right, cool.
All is chill. All is relaxed.
So it's really quite chill as a shore party night goes, then. Come morning, I think you're all woken by the bustling of servants again. Win and Artie, you two would probably be, woken up, with the servants running around the house, and they'd provide you with some breakfast and just some comfortable clothes to get you through the day before the actual dressing up. Jill,
Uh-huh.
I think you would be woken again the same way you were yesterday, which is by a throng of servants.
Not as yesterday. Is it the hearing?
The servants are different this time, and the lead, who is a little shorter than the rest of them now, is like, no, your highness, this is preparing you for the ball. We're going to have you dressed and fitted, and you can look through some clothes.
Dress and that coffee.
A very large mug of coffee is put in your hands.
Juliana's hands wrap around it. She takes a sip and slowly blinks her eyes more open.
It's pretty good coffee.
Oh shit. This is great. Hello.
The servant curtsies when you say that. And she says, I'll let the cook know.
Yeah, cool.
So the morning passes. It seems a little rushed, but then you get sat down for breakfast, and it's also, pretty decent fare. It's not stew this time. It's probably some kind of porridge.
But we don't have to be on soft foods anymore.
Honestly, you can basically order whatever you want for breakfast at this point if you care to roleplay that much.
I don't know, just fucking breakfast. Eggs. Pancakes. Waffles.
Anything for the princess.
Are there waffles? Can they make waffles?
They can make waffles.
Oh, fuck yes.
Anything the princess desires.
Boo!
Do you flinch a few times at being called the princess? And
Every time.
Okay. Then the staff is very jumpy around you then by the end of the morning.
What? No, it's my problem, it's not yours.
At what point, Winanati, so you've basically linked up with Jill at some point in this. How do you two try and, survive this morning, then?
I think since Win grew up in a house of 6 other kids, plus all their friends, and there was definitely elf prom at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
She has been through this chaos. So she is kind of she is just like the eye of the storm. She is the stillness around which chaos rages.
The supreme chill.
Yes, the supreme chill.
This is like space prom, but extra.
Yeah. At least this time there's no, Rory screaming about how his hair is on fire, you know?
This time we don't have to go dress shopping for ourselves.
No.
You really don't. The dresses come to you here.
Damn. Taxpayer dollars at work.
Artie kind of forgets that he's supposed to be a guard. He's so used to this, he's just like, get me coffee? Yes, good.
It's okay. You work out that they pretty much assume you're a nobleman who got you a position through nepotism.
Oh, good. He probably, is sipping, some really delicious espresso in the corner and going, no, not that one, not that, the other one. Yes, that one. No, she won't like it. I'm sure.
At some point, just as the morning proceedings are going, you find yourselves separated. Win and Artie, you're pulled away to do your own fittings. They're done at the same time in a separate room, and while you're doing that, who should walk in but Antonia?
Hello, Win says. What's the princess, One Highness?
Antonia walks in and says, yes, your highness is fine.
Perfect, your highness.
Antonia is wearing it's like a white sleeveless dress, but it's pinned up at the shoulders instead of straps. The pins are very fine gold brooches, and she's got this beautiful blue shawl down over her shoulders, but she's not wearing any jewelry. Clearly she's in a preparatory state, because the only jewelry she has in at her moment is her piercings.
You look lovely.
And she looks kind of nervous and says, "Can we have a moment, please?" to the servants, and they all bustle out.
Quick clarification.
Yes.
You said our own fitting. Is it each individually or together?
So the fitting is taking place in the same room, but you've got screens up for privacy.
Okay.
You two would probably be in a semi-dressed clothes. Not quite, I wouldn't say undergarments, but semi-dressed state, I imagine at this point.
In robes or something, probably?
More or less.
Dressing gowns?
Yeah, Artie wouldn't care if he were in the nude.
Artie wouldn't care, but this 14-year-old might. As you two kind of realize she's a bit more serious, Antonia looks a bit nervous and she says, I was wondering if I could talk to you two, please.
Absolutely.
Of course.
I think the proper way for someone older than you to respond is to be, you are already talking to us, aren't you?
She kind of covers her mouth a little at that, masking a smile. And then she freezes for a moment, and she says, "Oh my gods, you've got to tell me all about Jilliana. What's she like?"
Oh my god!
Oh, okay. Absolutely. She's generally a nervous wreck, but she's extremely confident when she needs to be, extremely protective, loves dearly the people that she loves, very devoted to her goddess, but also very anxious because her goddess doesn't necessarily speak to her like a lot of gods up here do. She thinks for a moment. Extremely, she will say she's not smart, and I would say she's not necessarily super book smart, but she's definitely wise. She doesn't think she is, because again, that anxiety is coming through. But she is so incredible when it comes to just, like, knowledge on helping people get through things, of understanding others' emotions, though she doesn't necessarily turn that towards herself. As I said, extremely loving. She loves library books. She's very law-abiding. She doesn't much like it when we get too chaotic, so we have to keep all that contained. Audie?
Win just ready to dish at the drop of a hat. God damn.
She's my best friend, so...
Win, that's so much. You could probably translate this nicer. She keeps making me learn stuff.
She does keep making Audie learn things.
She keeps making me think about my feelings.
Mm-hmm. We've been making Artie into a proper man. Fishman. Or fishwoman. Really whatever he wants to be at the time.
I mean...
Oh my god.
You could say that happened a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, I didn't realize I had my push to talk muted. Did you guys catch when I said that, Jill, you sneeze multiple times?
No.
we did not catch that.
Holy shit. Yeah, I was drinking water and I held it down so my water bottle didn't clank. But yeah, Jill, you sneeze multiple times at that.
Excellent.
Someone is talking about you earnestly behind your back.
Your ears ring.
Oh, they're burning.
Is that the concussion? Or is somebody talking about you?
Oh no.
I mean, why not both?
¿Por qué no los
Okay,
dos?
no los dos.
This whole time you two are talking, Antonia is... I think she's leaning forward, like braced on some kind of dresser or something, just leaning over it, earnestly looking at you both.
Oh, there's like a chase lounge or something in the room.
Yeah, something like that. And she's just bracing against the back of it, just like eyes flicking between the two of you, mouth wide open. Holy shit.
Oh yeah, she's constipated about her own feelings.
Oh yeah, she absolutely will not acknowledge her own feelings unless you pull them out of her carefully over weeks at a time.
Ugh, anytime she flirts, it takes like for 5 billion years.
And then she will never understand if the other person flirts back with her. She will not acknowledge that until they outright say it. Very important.
God, she's such a virgin.
Despite not being one, she is, yes. Also, she's like so extremely protective. It's incredibly nice and it's adorable and it makes her this most wonderful friend. Like, for instance, she is about, I would say, this far. She holds up her hands and they're very close together from just reaming your mother because she didn't come and visit Max while he was sick in the hospital.
Antonia has turned pink.
Like, I think the only thing holding her back from that is a thread. And also fear in general of your mother. But mostly the thread. I don't think she would care about the fear part. She has screamed at gods before.
I think she'll forget that your mom's an empress at one point and just yell at her.
And will definitely lay into her at that moment. Any questions?
I have so many questions. Have you known her for a long time?
I've known her about 6 months at this point.
Only
less
6
than
months?
Longer than that.
Longer than that? How long have we been at this?
Well, adventuring plus the
Oh, right, the
maybe
before
about
stuff.
maybe about 9 months, I think.
Maybe 9 months?
Less than a year for
Less
sure.
than a year, for sure, yes.
Oh, gods.
It feels like a few years, even though it's been a few months.
Yeah, nearly 6 years it feels like. Funny that. So, how did you all meet?
Well...
You
We
don't
met-
have to necessarily roleplay this word for word, but you can if you like.
I absolutely fucking am. You can't pull this from me. Well,
Okay.
I met Jill at one point when we were called in to help a lady back on our home planet named Ariadne, and she had happened to see a star falling and wanted us to go collect that. Though, actually, it's before that. We had to fight a scarecrow. I hated that thing.
Yeah,
Like,
farmer and the hedge witch.
Yeah, there was a hedge there was a scarecrow who was ruining his crops.
This one isn't recorded anywhere, folks. Don't worry about it. You didn't miss anything. About it.
This was before recording.
That was episode 0, folks. Nobody knows what truly happened.
And then I met her. She found me very annoying at the time, but that's okay. We don't really find each other annoying anymore. Other than, you know, you will always find someone annoying at some point, but we get over it at this point. Artie, we both met when we went to steal some stuff from pirates.
Yeah, did you know that your brother's a pirate?
Yeah, he was a pirate briefly.
Antonia's eyes are so wide. Her mouth is agape, and she's just looking between the two of you.
This is the easiest interrogation that's ever happened.
Wynn casually gestures between her and Artie and says, if you want tea, you ask us.
And Antonia says, I knew he was, like, all the young men are trained in the Navy. I didn't know that he was a pirate, though.
Oh, yeah, no, we're for sure pirates.
They were for sure pirates.
Doing pirate
You
stuff.
sailed with him? What was he like?
Oh, bitch. I mean,
And her hand covers her mouth, and she seems to instinctively, without thinking, say, language.
You language.
He's an adult and a king. He's allowed to say language that's bad.
Oh,
He's a king?
You're not supposed to say that.
Not right now. Don't worry about it, Antonia. Your Highness.
I can't not worry about this. What do you mean he's a king?
Shh. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I will definitely worry about it.
No.
What do you mean?
Well, fret about it while you're in your bed at night. Don't worry about it right now. Right now, he's bodyguard Artie.
Is he? And she leans in really close and whispers. And I'm not going to whisper so the mic can pick it up, but she whispers, is he a secret king?
Yes, she nods. So keep it secret, keep it safe.
Oh my god! My sister's guarded by a secret king.
Mm-hmm.
When there are definitely ears, like, everywhere.
Oh, yes, it's a good thing I sent the servants out then, isn't it?
Oh, you think that stops them?
There's an X-ray cut to, like, 3 servants leaning against the walls. No, that is non-canon. That is not necessarily what is happening. And Tony's just like, oh god, so what do you mean he was a B word? What was it? What happened?
Oh my god, a B word.
A B word. Your brother's a suck-up. And also he can't handle drink. And also he stole my money. And my heart. And a tear falls down. Dramatically.
When did he steal your money? Oh, when you were drunk, right?
Yeah, he's my friend.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he's not my friend. I don't know.
It's a weird situation for the two of them right now.
How did he steal your heart? I thought he married Juliana because he said he was madly in love with her.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, but they met after we met.
Nobody's gonna follow up on that he's madly in love with her?
Were you his first love?
Oh, I don't know if I was his first love. You know what? We weren't first for anything, really.
But isn't the first supposed to be the most important?
Oh, no. That's just the practice.
No.
What?
Oh, this 14-year-old.
That's just a fairy tale sort of thing. Like, your first love is kind of, you will always think it's going to be the most dramatic, but really it's not.
You sweet little guppy.
But all the scholars said...
Scholars don't get laid at all.
Oh my goodness. And her face has turned pink again. She is way out of her depth, this poor child.
Oh, sweet river guppy. You do not know.
Okay, so what's it supposed to be like then?
What's supposed to be like?
You know... love?
Oh my god.
Artie stares at Wynn. I think you gotta handle that one.
Wynn kind of pauses for a moment. She's like, what do you want to know about love?
I don't know. And she sort of looks awkwardly at the floor and says, how do you know when it's, like, special and stuff? I guess.
It's kind of hard to say. Because there's a moment where you realize you can kind of open up to this other person about things and reveal parts of yourself you'd normally keep hidden. And you know that they will like you no matter what. You know they're not going to hurt you because of those vulnerabilities.
She looks a little intimidated by that and says, but
Oh my gosh, Win, is love the friendship we made along the way?
It is, Artie. I love you, Artie.
I love you too, Win.
She leans over and gives Artie a big hug.
Artie leans into the hug and promptly is suffocated.
Immediately suffocated by boobs.
yeah, do you have your cleavage on right now?
I would say she's like halfway there. Living
Halfway
on a
there.
prayer. Take my hand and we'll make it, I swear.
Make it, I swear. Excellent. Antonia has never seen what she believes are servants talking like this and acting like this, and is clearly just gobsmacked. So, how did you end up as her bodyguard and her lady-in-waiting if you knew her already?
She asked us, and we said sure.
Yeah, we said sure.
You can just do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big universe.
Oh,
And we love her. She's our friend. You want to help people who are your friends, you know, and if they're like, I need a lady-in-waiting, and you're like, I can be a lady-in-waiting, and they're like, yes.
but I thought you're not supposed to be friends with the people who, with the help.
Oh, Antonia.
Oh no. Well,
Everybody, dear, sit down, please.
Antonia looks around.
She gestures to a nearby chair. And then she moves.
There's got to be a chase launch in
There's
there.
definitely a chase lunch.
There's a chase launch in front of her that she's leaning on. She kind of looks around. She looks like she's so excited. She's so excited she's about to vault over it. Very, very visibly stills herself and walks around and sits daintily on the chair. Now, she's sitting in perfect form, and I need you to know that no matter what you say, within 30 seconds, she's going to be leaning, knees apart, like forward, listening to anything you say.
Oh my
Wynn
God.
is going to move over and sit down next to her and take her hand, like a mother who's about to launch into a let me talk about how your body is changing sort of talk.
Oh my
my
God.
God.
And she takes her hand and she goes, the help are people too, dear. Treat them like friends and they will love you forever.
Artie sits on her other side. This is going to be hard to believe, but you and them are the same.
You are the exact same. You were just born into circumstances that make you more in line to be a leader than they were born to those circumstances.
It's weird to think about, but outside of the palace, you are as much of a servant as they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to need both of you to roll persuasion.
Hell yeah.
Can Artie get, advantage since he is a king who had to go through this himself? He was
Yeah,
like,
he's
holy
got that
shit, people
background.
are too?
You do have the nobility. Let me see.
I think it's even in the background, nobles are more likely to listen to you or something.
People treat you as nobility, yeah.
Yeah, it's not on the list, but I'm going to say yes.
That's a 15.
I was checking my College of Eloquence stuff. 30.
Holy fucking shit.
Okay, so that was
with
a
the 17 on
natural.
the die, that's
what?
a 30.
What was that on the die? That was a
It's a
17 on
17.
the die, and it goes up to a 30. Good lord, Win.
Just casually telling a princess, monarchy doesn't be better.
Okay, so I made a roll for Antonia for Antonia's training to kind of resist this. I framed it as a wisdom saving throw. Even with a nat 20, you still beat her by almost 10.
Whoa. Wait. She beat a nat 20.
Yeah, so Antonia, with her various combination of stats, rolled a 21 at a natural 20, and Wynn still beat her by 9.
So whatever Artie just said is bullshit.
So you gotta honor the 20, but also honor the 30.
Oh, I don't honor nat 20s for saving throws. I don't consider those to be crits. That's only for attacks. Only attacks are guaranteed to hit if you roll a nat 20. Saving throws and ability checks aren't. Which means that Wynn wins.
Yeah.
Don't know if I agree with that ruling, but okay.
I'm sure people could argue all day about like the
Anyway.
handbook and stuff like that. Anyway, point is, Antonia seems like she seems a little shaken, like a little concerned. It's like, I guess that makes sense. But if that's the case, then why is everyone like, I don't know. And she looks like she's having trouble finding words.
Take your time, dear.
Why is the city like this, then?
Wynn considers this for a moment, and then she says, people like routine. I'm going to start with that. People like routine. To change things or to adjust things takes a lot of concentrated effort and means having to fight through anxiety and doubts and all of this stuff, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to stay with the status quo because that's comfortable, and it's not going to mean they have to do all that stuff. I'm not even referring to your city necessarily, as any city out there under a similar situation. It's just going to be like that because people get into it, and then there are people who actually really like the status quo. Like, the nobility will generally like it because they get, good stuff going on. And they will try to maintain that status quo because to lose it would mean to lose their abilities to get kind of what they want. It's way more complex than this. I'm kind of simplifying it. Something that I can't just get into in a grand world out there.
Yeah, can you give a lecture on ethics in 3 sentences?
Yeah.
But a lot of it just comes down to the status quo being comfortable, and so that's being what people stick with. And to think beyond that is a scary, intimidating thing that few dare to do.
I'm so sorry for putting you on the spot like this, Mac.
I'm fine with it. Fuck me up.
Okay, cool.
Your ancestors had very sharp teeth.
I mean, they did, but I get the feeling you don't mean that literally.
I mean, my ancestors had pretty sharp teeth. And he smiles.
She notes the teeth and nods in understanding.
The nobility from my home had a tendency to overtax the regular people and the staff and things like that, meaning that they were then stuck in a crisis of where they had to work and they had to serve.
We're getting into socioeconomic theory now.
The local nobility in order to make any money, but then they had to give most of the money away, so it was just this constant downward cycle where you didn't have any energy to resist said nobility.
You're just speed running the re-education of Antonia Valkaran.
This child does look like her eyes are glazing over a little bit.
Just basically hold on to that. It's a status quo thing. That's where we're going to pause.
Okay. You've given me a lot to think about, she says, and kind of a little bit dazed, stands up.
Why did I come in here again?
You didn't even get into the whole god situation.
Yeah, don't even worry about the god situation. We're not going to touch on that.
She gets up and she's like, okay, it was so wonderful to meet you both. And she kind of gets a conspiratorial look in her face, and then she says, and to learn more about everything, where you came from. And she obviously means Jill.
Wynn gives a thumbs up. We always have the tea to spill, sister.
The tea to spill.
It's a way of talking about gossip.
I'm gonna use that.
You think we should show her the diary?
I don't think we should show her the diary.
Fair.
You don't have the diary.
There's a diary? Do you have it?
No, we don't.
No. Definitely
but
not.
All patrons can on patreon.com/thejemjam.
This is true. Patreon.com/thejemjam. Juliana's private diary.
It's been on hiatus for several years, but there's a lot of backlog.
Oh my god, there's so much. You should go read it. It's really good. Okay, so Antonia excuses herself and leaves, and in the moments before the servants all bustle back in, do you two speak to each other about it, or how do you handle this? How do you feel about everything that's just happened?
Wynn just goes back to getting pampered and dressed.
Yeah, Artie doesn't really think much of it.
It's spilling tea, yo.
God, that was just spilling all of the gossip about Juliana.
Yeah, absolutely.
Completely forcing this 14-year-old to reevaluate her relationship with love, romance, social statuses, socioeconomics, class systems, just barely got into religious studies. Damn.
Well, let me say this. You are memorable now. She will not forget you guys. Not that she was going to, but she has noticed y'all.
Completely glossed over her saying my brother is madly in love with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I trust that. It's fine.
Ugh.
While that's happening, Juliana, you are in a different changing room, markedly nicer one, and there are servants all around you, and Artie and Wynn have been ushered away to do their own fittings. But the servants that are working around you suddenly clear back as there's a knock on the door, and one goes and answers, and then actually lets in Max. What sort of, like, would you be in just like a state of, I don't know, undergarment dress kind of thing? Like a, what's the word, a slip or something at this point? While you're being fitted? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I think if they're in the process of undressing her, then it's probably been like a dressing gown situation, like a robe.
Yeah.
That has been removed. She's probably in like underclothes, like a slip or like an underdress or something.
Yeah, it's like a fitting kind of thing. They're getting your measurements and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, okay. Then if she's in measurements, then if they're getting measurements, then it might actually have been a situation of someone just sort of like holding up a modesty sheet or something as they are giving various measurements while she's just like nude underneath.
Sure. So Max comes in, sees the situation, and immediately turns to face the wall and says, "Would everyone please excuse me? I need a moment with my wife." The servants all, they dress you in a slip and they give you a robe, and I think one of them gives you another coffee.
Thank you. You're my favorite today.
The servant curtsies very deeply. There is a little bit of bustling and scampering, and then the door shuts, and it's just you and Max, and he says, "May I turn around, please?"
Yep. Yeah, I guess I'm decent.
He does so. I gotta say, he definitely looks you up and down just a little bit. Just his eyes flick up and down. Just because he can't help it. It's a hot lady in a thin dress. And he says, Juliana, how are you doing? How are you holding up?
Well, great spa facilities.
Yeah, I tried to catch you yesterday, but they said you were busy, so I figured I'd leave you to it.
Oh yeah, no, I was mega busy all day. I don't think I've ever had that much of my body massaged before. That was wild. People just do that all the time here?
He says, I mean, if you're rich, yeah, often enough.
Damn.
I'm pretty sure most of the nobility here gets it at least once a week.
Once a week? Are you kidding me?
Well, it takes a while. They can't do it every day.
Wow. Once a week. Like, I soak my feet sometimes in salts. That's like the most it gets. Elsewhere, damn.
I know. It's a bit fucking decadent here.
Yeah.
A lot of wealth goes through this city, and I'm not saying that as a compliment.
Yeah. Honestly, that's a little bit of decadence I might not be entirely opposed to.
Yeah, it's not bad on its own. It's just, it'd be nice if everyone could get it.
Yeah, that's for sure. So what's up?
Well, first I wanted to check in on you, and I'm glad you're doing okay. I mean, he has a bit of a smile on his face. It looks like you're holding up okay.
She rolls her eyes. Yeah, no, I know. I got massaged everywhere. I know.
Yeah, you poor thing. It's so hard to be you.
Oh, fuck off.
But I also, I just wanted to say thank you. You held up your end of the deal, and he looks around the room, looks like he's unable to figure out where to put his eyes, and he says, I'm really grateful. Thank you.
There's also probably like a sofa or a chaise lounge or something that she sits
definitely.
down on, she starts to cross her leg, realizes that she's in a shorter gown, crosses her ankles instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, I did say I was going to.
You did, but then you still had to see it through. You did do that, and I appreciate that. Look, if you want to brush it off, that's fine. I just wanted to say thank you. That's all.
Sure. She kind of fidgets a little uncomfortably. How are you?
Oh, I'm fine. Look, and he hasn't really come over there. He's still standing on the far end of the room. And he says, yeah, I mean, I'm okay. As you can see, I'm walking without a cane now. That's nice. It's really healing up. Quickly.
Can I see?
The pain's all gone. Yeah, and he looks down, realizes he's wearing these loose trousers, and he's not sure how he's going to do it. So he kind of walks over to her and says, do I just drop my trousers or what?
Wow. You know what? I didn't actually think that sentence. You know what?
Look, I understood the spirit of it. It's fine.
Okay, fine.
Here, look at this instead. And he lifts up the base of his... Actually, no, he wouldn't lift it up. He'd undo the drawstrings on his shirt and pull it apart so it would open right down to his navel. And Jill, you can see this wicked fucking scar that is nonetheless healed perfectly across his belly.
Whoa, okay. And she is actually going to reach in and touch it just without even thinking about, like, asking him first.
It's a bit fuzzy. Your healing magic even grew back the hair on his body.
The hair growth is already back here. That's interesting.
Yeah, so whatever you did, it fully fixed the follicles.
Wow. That is really good. That was super infected last time I saw it.
Yeah, I'm feeling so much better now.
Good. I was worried about that because I wasn't able to totally disinfect it before and clean it and everything beforehand, so I just kind of had to hope for the best there.
Yeah, how about you? How are your injuries?
Oh, I'm fine.
No, let me see.
What? I'm fine. It's not a big deal. And I would say that her hair is probably done up in such a way right now, like pulled away from her, that there's probably like a visible lump there.
Yeah. He kind of, while she's looking at, I think while she was examining his chest, her face was low enough that he kind of reached out and gently touched the egg on her head. And says, this doesn't look fine to me.
Oh, fuck. It's fine.
Do you reach up and, like, touch it to stop him?
I mean, when he touches it, she will, like, reflexively, like, reach up to like, massage it. Like,
And that is the point where your loose sleeve flops down and exposes your massively bruised arm. And Max is like, hold on. Why are you bruised?
Because I was in a shipwreck.
Juliana, did you do any healing magic on yourself?
No, I'm fine.
No, Jill, I don't think you're fine.
Excuse me?
Juliana, you're bruised, you have an egg on your head, I don't think you're fine. And you're acting cagey about it. That's not how someone who's fine acts.
It's fine. Look, I'm up, I'm moving, I can do magic on other people. That's really what's necessary here.
No, I don't think it is.
I was just in a spa for a day and a half. I'm fine. I'm great.
Little Angel Wynn appears on Mac's shoulder saying, good job, buddy, keep going.
Little Devil Artie goes to Jill's shoulder and goes, why haven't you taken care of yourself yet?
What injuries did you pick up? Have you taken stock of them yet?
Yes, of course. Hi. Look, I may not be a Quent, but I am still a healer.
Okay, I don't know what a quint is. We'll have to revisit that.
It's
But
it's an Ethlin who specializes in healing magic. Whatever. I'm fine.
okay,
It was just like some bruising and like some cuts and like a concussion. It's fine.
you. I'm sorry. A concussion?
Yes, what do you think this is? And she points again to the goose egg.
And you've been walking around for how many days now?
Like-
since the crash?
5, 4, 6?
His eyes go wide and says, "How are you not dead? Are you vomiting? Is your vision blurry?"
I mean, okay, like a little bit, but not really. Just in spells, and then I just have to stand for a second, and then I can walk again. It's fine.
Is Jill still sitting?
Yeah.
He, like, crouches down beside the chair and he's like, "Jilliana,
Oh, it's a couch.
please." Oh, he kneels down beside the couch. Like, he crouches down so
Mhm.
his head is lower and closer to hers. He says, "Please heal yourself."
I don't need to. It's fine. Like,
You do. You're clearly injured. You are bruised. You have a fucking concussion.
I will get over it with time. I just need time. It's fine. I don't actually need. There are so many other things I could use my spell slots for.
And he looks for a second like he looks smug for a moment. He says, "Well, what would you say if Wynn was refusing healing?"
Well, she wouldn't really have that option because I healed her first. I healed her first, the first day that we woke up. Then I healed Artie the next day. Then I healed you, and then what's that? I was dragged off to like a courthouse, and then I was dragged off to a spa. So
You need to heal yourself. You can't effectively look after people while, you're like this.
Oh, contraire.
Oh my god.
I've been handling people totally fine. I don't know why you're making a big deal out of this.
I'm calling Wynn.
What? No.
I'm getting Wynn.
Oh,
No,
why does everybody
getting your
keep
best friend.
tattling to my friend? Got it.
Because you have something to be tattled about. You are letting yourself go around in pain, wounded.
Oh my
from
goddess.
An injury.
Why do you even care so much? What is the problem here?
Because I care about you. You're my friend.
Oh, I'm your friend now?
Yes.
Really? Really? Now we're friends?
Yes, we literally are.
Oh, well, really, we literally are. Okay, what does that word actually mean to you? Because you keep dishing that out and then withdrawing it as soon as you feel mildly uncomfortable.
What, is this because I said something stupid before and...
You're gonna have to specify which time there, Your Highness.
Is this because in my sending I said we're not friends?
I think her jaw clenches. That's one of the times. Yeah.
Is that why you're refusing to heal yourself? Because of a stupid thing I said?
That's not in general, no. That's a reason that I am not... I don't... Look, there's a whole hospital full of people that I could get over to at any point because I don't know when this stupid party's going to be over, and I could actually do something good and useful and help people, and most of the stuff that I have would take a heal, like a pretty powerful magic slot, the same thing that you needed, and if I don't use that on myself, I could use that on 6 or 7 people, depending on how the math works out. It's been a little since I did that math, and I keep getting headaches, so I don't totally remember. But
Oh my god.
what?
You can't continue like this. You can't look after yourself. You can't look after your friends, like your real ones who aren't shitty friends like me. You've got to take care of yourself, Jill, or you'll be in no state to look after anyone else.
If I can walk, and if I can talk, and if I can cast spells and get myself between the places where the spells need to be cast, then I just got to be the bare minimum, and everything else will take care of itself over time. I don't.
Are you telling me that you are no better than a walking healing machine? Is that what you're saying? You're an automaton who you flap your mouth and you wave your hands and hit things and you heal stuff, and that is all you need to be? Is that what you're saying?
She doesn't look at him. She kind of looks over to the side and then kind of like tilts her head from side to side and kind of waves her hands around in such a way to say, well, more or less, I guess.
Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. And starts towards the door.
Wait, where are you going? Where are you going?
To get someone who will knock some sense into you.
Oh no, what if he tattles to Lachlan?
I'm gonna have to find someone to tattle to if you don't heal yourself. I've got 2 perfectly good friends who I can go to who can knock some sense into you.
And who will also tattle to you about your boyfriend.
Don't do that. They'll tell Lachlan.
Oh yeah? Well, what are you gonna do? Are you going to use your big fancy spell slot to magic me unable to go to tattle, or are you just going to use it and heal yourself like you should have done a week ago?
Oh, goddess. Okay, fine, goddess. And she's going to go through the whole process, essentially, while muttering under her breath the whole time of just, like, essentially, like, taking stock of her injuries, preparing where and what she needs, sort of doing the mental checklist, and she doesn't really need to clean anything. And then finally does the sort of invocation and heals herself and suddenly feels just like hungry and tired and drained and just sits down after she is done like glowing with like magic energy surging through her veins. She just kind of like sits down back on the couch with a woof.
So when you get up to like 6th level magic, I've said this before, but I'll say it again because it always needs to be said. 6th level magic is stupid powerful. This is light, radiant, heavenly light filling your body, cleansing you. You can feel it pushing away impurities and dried blood and anything that could be an injury. It melts your insides back together the way they should be, and it feels incredible. Pain you didn't even know you had is relieved. You can smell that familiar old scent of divine magic, a bit like bleach, a bit like incense. The air even ripples slightly, and you can feel it, a very slight edge in your teeth that fades away after a second.
Can I flavor this for Juliana doing this to herself?
Of course.
Of like, her eyes glow, her skin kind of glows, her freckles glow like pinpricks of starlight.
Yes.
And like the lines of the scars on her body like kind of light up too. And I think because she's doing this to herself, there might sort of be the faint like outline of wings behind her that sort of like flashes and fades as the magic does.
Fuck yes. Oh, I'm so here for this.
And she's just wearing the shift, so, like, all of that is, like, comes out through the shift as well.
Yeah. So watching this, Mac has gone... Sorry, not Mac, excuse me, Mackenzie. Max. So Max was at the door. He had his hand on the door handle and was watching this. And he went from smug to gobsmacked real fucking quick. He is now looking at you, Juliana, in awe. Like... there is a sparkle in his eyes almost. Like, you know how an anime character seeing something they really, really like, their eyes just go sparkly and maybe there's some shoujo bubbles? It's like that. He's just wowed. He is floored. And I think he does just say, "Oh, God's above and below."
And I think Jill's kind of breathing heavily, not quite panting, but just like she's just run a fucking marathon.
Yeah, it's like exertion, but you feel both worn, like you've done some work, but also very refreshed.
Yeah, and her head is bowed, I think, like she's just kind of like sitting over her knees with her forearms resting on her knees.
Hmm.
Her shoulders going up and down as she just sort of takes in some deep breaths, and then she looks up at him, sort of peeking through the curtain of twists of platinum hair. She's like, "You happy now?"
Can we say that as she looks up from him, her eyes still have a bit of residual light in them? So they're glowing, and then they kind of fade back to normal, their normal brilliant green.
Yes.
And he says, yeah. Yeah, no, I'm thrilled.
He is horny as fuck right now. Is what he is.
He's certainly flabbergasted. He is stunned. Thank you for listening to me. I was really worried.
She kind of looks at him quizzically. You were worried?
Well, yeah.
Hmm.
I can't have, my wife, and he says that with an odd tone, wandering around injured. That's not okay.
I think she runs her hands through her hair, kind of brushes it back a little.
Mm-hmm.
So like her hands are resting on the back of her neck as she kind of chews over something and looks up and says, "Thank you, by the way."
What for?
I thought maybe you were talking out of your ass because you were super high. But you weren't. You saved my people. When we crashed, Win and Artie told me that you were basically one of the major reasons that nobody was drug off and how we all stayed together, so I owe you.
I don't remember a lot from the crash itself. I just remember being very angry.
Huh. Well, that's probably... angry is probably better than scared out of her fucking wits, so...
Yeah. Yeah, no, well, look. Whether I knew I did it or not, it was nothing. It was no biggie. Don't worry about it.
I mean, that's the thing. It is a big deal. Those are my people. That's basically my family.
Well, then, I'm at your service. Happy to help. And he bows. It's a little exaggerated, but not sarcastically.
She still kind of, like, rolls her eyes and huffs a laugh anyway. It's like...
It's presented more like an in-joke than him being a smarmy fucker.
Alright, you purebred bastard.
Look, there was something I came down here to tell you anyway, besides all this.
Oh, what, you didn't want to just lecture me on healing magic?
Yeah, no, see, I've got better things to do than tell you how to live your life.
Oh, I don't think you do. Evidence would state that your favorite thing is telling me how to live my life.
Oh, really?
And, like, there is kind of a smile playing around her mouth.
Yeah, I think he's getting into it, and he says, yeah, I think you're a grown woman, you can live your life, and yet I've got to come down here and tell you to heal yourself, so, you know.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Healer, heal thyself. Yeah, ha 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 ha, you're hilarious.
I know I am, I really am. Look, here's the thing. The whole reason I came down here, I needed to tell you that at the party, I'm going to be reporting to a contact.
What?
Yeah, from, and he quietens down, and I think he kneels back down so their faces are close together. From the rebellion.
And she'll lean in like, oh, so you are still in contact with them. We have not been able to talk about exactly what's going on there.
You know, I promised I'd tell you everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. That was on the list.
I need to report in, and I need to convince them that this is all part of the plan, because things have gone a little bit off the rails.
A little sideways, yeah. Okay, so what do we say?
Are you sure you want to know? Like, is this worth having the knowledge of when it can be used against you?
She squints at him. Seriously?
He says, yeah, seriously, I want to ask you first. I want to give you the choice.
Okay, well, I actually really appreciate you giving me an option. Because I swear to goddess, if I'm backed in a corner, I will kill people.
I know. And I've got to start somewhere, right? So this is where I'm starting.
Okay, so this involves you, right? This involves you.
It does.
Okay, look, I know that this is not really a permanent thing that we're doing right here. This is kind of a means to an end.
Yeah.
And I think she's actually going to reach for his left wrist
Mm-hmm.
and pick it up, holding the band, and she taps it. She's like, while this is existing, it doesn't just involve you. This, and she sort of taps. I think she maybe puts her nail on one of the beads. So there's a bit of a noise there. She's like, that means that I don't know if we're really friends, but we are partners. That's what this is. This is both of us.
Yeah. And he nods, a little bit resigned, and then he looks up and meets your eyes and he says, "All right, Juliana, I'll tell you everything." Jemjammer is performed by Annie Creighton, Anna Emmeline, Rio Rios, and Mackenzie Weaver, and is edited by Jake Mason. Our cover art is by Canary Witch, who can be found at canarywitch.carrd.co, and our character design is by Rio Rios, who can be found at rios.com. Our opening and closing music is by Saad Akhtar Ali. For bonus content, such as Juliana's private diary, behind-the-scenes homebrew stuff, and other features from our other shows, I Will Fight You and Date Me Dammit, our Patreon has it all from only $1 a month at patreon.com/thejemjam. Thank you so very much for listening. Stay safe out there, and we'll catch you next time. I'm sure this has... Side note, has this ever been a problem, Mac? Have you ever gotten confused like this?
Not really, no.
It must be like how Annie and I never get it really that confused
I
either.
did get confused sometimes because I think Alexi's brother was named Mac. And
oh yeah,
so she'd refer to him.
Huh.
Sometimes I'd be like, I didn't do that. What is she talking about? When did I do? Oh wait, she's talking about her brother.
Huh. Well, how about that? So Mac is watching. Mac. Oh my god, I'm doing it now.